Everyone's saying 2025 is the year to wait, but here's the truth. Some people are going to regret not buying in 2025, and others are going to wish they waited. So how do you know what you should do? Let's talk about whether 2025 is the right time to buy a house based on real numbers, real market trends, and your personal situation. Hi, my name's Daniel Bozic.
Actually, his name is Sean.
And I'm the owner of the Dan Lee Group here in Canada.
Nope, he's not the owner. He's my son.
With over 30 years of experience.
Actually, he only has 4 years of experience. He's quite good though.
And now with eXp Realty, I'm here to help you get better understanding of the real estate market in Canada. So, what's happening right now in Canada's housing market? Let's look at the facts. Home sales are up slightly year over year, but prices are still well below the 2022 peak. The Bank of Canada has started lowering interest rates, but cautiously. It's not a free fall. Inventory is rising slowly, but many homeowners are still holding off listing. And buyers, they're sitting on the sidelines waiting for the big drop. But here's the thing in Canada's housing market. It doesn't crash, it cools. If you're waiting for a 2008 style US meltdown, you're waiting for a unicorn. What can we expect next year? 2, 3 more rate cuts by mid-2025. That means mortgages will be more affordable. Demand, as rates drop, more buyers will flood back into the market. This is a classic rate-driven demand. We've seen it happen every major rate cycle. New home construction has slowed dramatically due to high material costs and labor shortages. So don't expect a flood of new homes to balance out demand. Canada welcomed over 1 million new permanent and temporary residents in 2024. That demand doesn't disappear. It builds pressure on the housing supply. In simple terms, 2025 is shaping up to be a bounce back year, not a bargain hunting year. Let's be real, buying in 2025 isn't for everyone. But here's when it does make sense. You've been pre-approved and your income's stable. You plan to hold your property for 5+ years. You find a deal now before competition returns. You're tired of renting and want long-term security. People say, I'll buy when the market hits bottom. But no one rings the bell at the bottom. Most buyers don't realize they've missed it until prices are already climbing up again. Now let's flip it. Here's when you probably shouldn't buy next year. You're buying based on FOMO. You don't have enough saved for closing costs or emergencies. You don't plan to stay put for more than 2-3 years. Let me guess, you're hoping to flip that fast for a profit? If any of these sound like you, hold off or rent strategically while preparing your finances. The market will always be there, but you need to be ready on your own. Now here's something most people never calculate. What does waiting actually cost you? Let's say you're looking at a $700,000 home. If home prices go up by 4% 2025, that same home will cost $728,000. That's $28,000 more, not including increased closing costs and potential rate shifts. If rates drop by even 1%, your mortgage payment could be $200, $400 cheaper per month. So ironically, the longer you wait, the more expensive it might get. Here's what the smart buyers are doing to get prepared for 2025. Getting a full mortgage pre-approval, not just a rate quote. Watching neighborhoods, not headlines. Setting realistic budgets, not hoping to stretch later. Learning to spot undervalued homes, like those with cosmetic issues, long days on market, or non-stage listings. This prep work puts them 2 steps ahead of the people who panic buy when rates drop. A lot of people ask me, Dan.
No, his name is Sean.
If this were your son or daughter, would you tell them to buy in 2025?
He doesn't have any kids. He's actually my kid.
And here's my answer. If they're financially ready, if they have a stable job, and they plan to stay in that home for 5-10 years, yes, I would tell them to buy, because in 5 years, they'll look back at prices in 2025 and realize there were a window of opportunity. And if they weren't ready, I'd help them make a plan so that the next time the opportunity comes, they're not left behind. So, should you buy a house in 2025? There's no one-size-fits-all answer. But here's what I can say. 2025 is not the crash year some people were hoping for. The longer you wait, the more competition and costs you might face. If you're ready, there will be opportunities, but they won't be obvious. Work with a realtor who will walk through your full financial picture, goals, and timeline, not just push you towards a sale. Because buying a home is more than a transaction, it's your future. If you want a full step-by-step checklist to know whether you should buy in 2025, comment ready below and I'll send it to you for free. It breaks down what to look for, how to prep financially, and how to avoid overpaying in a rising market. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss my next video on how to actually win in a bidding war without going over budget. And again, this is Daniel Bozic, owner of the Danley Group.
No, he's not the owner. Not quite yet.